I haven't done one of these in a long time. Hi, this is a lot of help with James Lott Jr. I'm James Lott Jr. There's like some stuff going on over here, outside, some construction stuff happening. I don't know what's going on there. I said, hoping I can talk over it. I am waking up. Normally I do a jail day this morning. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Hi, this is a lot of help with James Lott Jr. And that's my James Lott Jr. There's like some stuff going on over here. It's always a fun thing when you have to do all the stuff yourself. I'm still wiping this stuff out. I'm having my coffee. It's just from the local Yoke in Manhattan Beach. I wish it was sponsored by them. Their food is so good. They have these muffins. I'm not eating muffins right now, but they're so good. So I'm sitting at the chat room. Because anybody stops by, say hello. Whatever. So I'm coming on this morning. It is my birthday weekend officially. Pre-birthday. Birthday is on Monday. It's Mother's Day weekend. Mother's Day is on Sunday. My hair is crazy. I've been home for the last like 2 days. I mean, I did run out the house a couple times for a couple things, but I haven't been anywhere. Kind of crazy. So I'm talking about something this morning. I have 10,000 shows. I'm talking about which show do I want to talk about on. This one's about behavior. So I want to talk about some behavior. I thought this is a show to talk about it. I'm a life coach, so let's see what's about that. Oh, this is dead. Let's pour this in some water and a plant. No, none of my real plants are over here. My real plants are somewhere else. Oh, well. Okay. So I have a video that went viral. I did the video in February. It's still going viral. It's still this huge thing. It's driving me crazy, but it's changed my whole life. And if you ever gone viral, it's just different. So I went viral on TikTok first, and it's still going there, but now it's spilling over to other mediums like YouTube and Instagram, stuff like that. And my friends and family have seen this video. So the video about this 8-second video, I've talked about before, brand new refrigerator, that whole thing. So I want to tell you about the reactions I'm getting that I found not interesting, not amusing, but not even fascinating, but it's very telling, these reactions. So if you're not on TikTok, let me explain to you what they do. So on TikTok, you put out a video. A person who's on TikTok can respond in several ways, usually like 3 ways. Hi, Phil's 5555555. Okay, so you can respond in a comment. Just say a comment. Hey, love the video. Hey, hit the video. Whatever. Just write a comment. They have a thing called a duet, where you can respond where you're side by side, it's split screen, and they react to you. You can see the reaction at the same time. Or you could do a stitch, that's what they call it, where your video comes up first, and then their video comes up right afterwards. But it's all in one video. For example, my video is 8 seconds long. So back when I think now they elongated the time, but it used to be just 15 seconds or 30 seconds or up to a minute long. You do videos on TikTok. But now they can do more. But still, 8-second video, you can do a lot after that. You have another 52 seconds to do stuff. So comment, duet, or stitch. Those are the 3 things you can do. Well, some of them are funny. Some of the responses are hilarious. Some of them are very imaginative and unique and clever. I endorse those. I'm all about, I usually go on, I'll say, oh my God, it's so funny. I love it. And they're like, you're the guy. So we have a laugh over that. But usually I'll endorse, though, I'll go through. I can't, there's so many duets and stitches, over thousands now at this point. I can't even get to all of them. But there are a few that got a lot of attention themselves. One guy got 4 million. I mean, it's probably more now. But when I finally met him, 4 million views off of our video. So there's certain ones people bring to my attention, certain ones you don't know. So I noticed within the comments sometimes, because the comments are first. I see the comments. I don't see you see there's a video and I'll say, someone created a stitch with you, or someone created a video, or someone created a duet with you. So I don't see the actual video until I click on it, but you see the responses, just the comments. Some of I see one trend. I don't know where it started, or for me, TikTok's interesting. That part is interesting. That TikTok, I don't know who these people are. I know some of them are my friends. Some I become friends with. Others, I don't know who these millions of people are. I don't know who they are. And one whole trend that's been just continuing is my deep voice. My voice is one. So that is something that's got a lot of attention. I don't mind that one. The voice thing, great. I do have a deep voice, and some people like it, and so I'll take that. I was like, I'll take it. That sounds good to me. And then the other one, the other one that's going through somehow. With the voice, just say with the voice, a huge uh, thread that's still going is that I sound like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now I love Neil deGrasse Tyson. You know who he is? Google him. You'll see who he is. But if you know who he is, I don't think we sound the same. I just think that we sound similar, and the way we talk is kind of similar. But it's just but again, I go. I think people are just seeing they're both black. I think, and they just go, "Oh, they're both black," and they both sound like they talk smart or something. I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of what they're thinking. Because somebody said we look alike. We don't look alike at all. I did a duet, and I'm like, we don't look nothing. No, I did a stitch. We look nothing alike at all. But we do have similar voice traits. I also got Dennis Haysbert from 24 and that whole thing, which I get all the time. Of course, Barry White, Uncle Phil from, I know certain voices that I do get, but sometimes I think they look at me and they just assume that, but I do have a deep voice. So that's one thing, but that thread doesn't bother me. I have no problem. I'd love to meet Neil deGrasse Tyson, tell you the truth. I'd love to meet him and talk to him, but that's a whole other story. Another thread that started, which I don't know when it started, because I literally went to bed one weekend. I got the shot. And I was knocked out the whole weekend. Woke up and I was viral. So I have no idea when this kind of started. Another person thread. It's all about. I'm taking these threads in order. If I get to the main one, the song N-word, because I don't say the N-word. I'm going to say the N-word on here this morning. In Paris by Jay-Z and Kanye West. So I kept seeing that. I guess I'm going to Paris, and it's in Paris, and so somehow that song has been tied to my thing. And I was like, now when I don't get fully, I think I might get it a little bit. I'm not sure why that. I like the song, but I like the album. I don't know why that's associated with my thing. But that's the whole thing. Paris. Right? That was very early on. Now it's only a scraggling of folks who still say that, but in the beginning, it was like a huge thing. So I always wondered, do people just see other people's comments and they comment in kind, or do they come with it on their own? I can't tell, because sometimes it seems like people are saying the same thing over and over again. I'm like, so you all think I sound like Neil deGrasse Tyson? You all think, like, really? Like, that's the person you go to? Like, everybody knows who he is? Like, still don't understand that either. I don't know how that goes. Or are just following what they're about to say? So that thread is a little weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't even know what that means, so I can't even have really a comment. I just don't know what that means. Another thread is just the bread thing. Do you eat bread? I don't eat bread. What about this whole thing about that? So there's that. But there's this thread that's happening that to me is racist, where white folks or who knows, because sometimes you can't tell who they are. Because I said in the 8 seconds, you're black when you put bread in the refrigerator. So folks are like, so I have a whole bunch of folks who say things like, well, I'm Arab and I do it. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. That's kind of the point of the video. The video is silly. It's kind of, I don't eat bread. I don't eat bread. But it's kind of silly that just kind of like, we're all kind of the same. That we have a lot more sameness than difference. That's kind of what the video is about. And I did a video similar last year that went viral. That was similar. You're black or Latino when. And that did 750,000, I think, last year. But it didn't go as viral as this one. It just went viral within TikTok. It didn't reach outside. But I knew when I did that one, well, we all do it too. I do it too. My family's this, and I knew that was going to happen. But that actually proves my point. They're all pretty much, there's a lot of sameness when it comes to like this. But now there's a whole thread of folks who are not black who think they can say the N-word. They think it's hilarious. So last night I got a notification on Instagram that someone had posted my video. and did a stitch with it. So it means that my video comes first, they do a reaction to it on one of their channels. And the channel has like 10, 20,000. My video was also on Baller Alert. It has like 69 million view people. I mean, it's crazy. So I check out the video because actually they credited me. They did what they're supposed to do. They credit James Lott Jr., TikTok James Lott Jr. They totally gave me the props and all that. They're like you're supposed to do usually, right? But it's one of those videos with the white kid says, what up my net? And the video always cuts off. The comments are the same thing. What up my net? And it's NI, and then it cuts off. I don't find that funny. I don't find that amusing. I don't endorse those videos. I don't endorse those comments. I don't care if you have 1 million views. To me, it's not funny. I wish you weren't associated with my videos. So if you're watching this and you've done this to your video, or you like those videos, just know that the person who did the original video does not like that. It's not funny. I don't think it's funny. And it's just interesting that folks, I guess, on an online platform feel like, well, I can just say this, and but they're not saying the word, and it could be, and I don't care if it ends with GA or ER. It does not matter to me which N word you're using. I don't use either of those words in my vocabulary period anyway. But I just don't think it's funny. I mean, it's like I said, I've seen some imaginative, creative, really funny videos that are reactions to my video. There's some really funny ones. I love those, and I will continue to endorse those. But it's made me leery because one night I said, okay, I'm gonna go through some of the videos. Like I said, there's thousands of them. I can't even get to all of them. Some folks in the comments will direct me to them. I tell them, if somebody goes, did you come here from that kid video? I go, which one is it? Let me know. And so I'm like, So, so I actually check out some of the videos. One night I went through like 20 of them. And I have to tell you, 18 of them were that. So I don't like them. I don't endorse it. The other 2 videos were funny. I commented, liked, followed them. They got excited because they're like, the guy in the videos, he answered back, and glad you have a sense of, because I have a sense of humor. And one guy, he got 4 million videos. He's probably more now. We got 4 million videos. I was laughing because he was so funny to me. He was kind of going off on me, but it was a funny way. And we talked. He went on a live, and I talked. I may go on Instagram. I may go on a TikTok live and talk this too on there. I haven't decided yet. But I just think it's not funny. Sherry Ledbetter, I think the N word is sick to use no matter who you are. Exactly. I just don't. It's not. I don't use it. No N word comes out of my mouth. Not for fun, not for comical reasons, not for anything. I have friends who do. And if they're Black, I don't say anything because to me, I know it's a double standard. They have a right to say it. But I know it's double standard. That's just my position. But I don't chastise them for it or whatever. But it's not. Again, I don't say it back. I don't do anything about it. It's not my thing. I just think it's just something that I don't do. But having it attached to one of my content, it's a piece of my content, I'm like, it just doesn't. And because the content's so big, it's like my friend Flobo said to me the other day, because he was like, well, do you do it so you can get views? Well, it's funny because TikTok was a separate little thing for me. And if you're on TikTok, you understand what I mean. It was like, if you get famous on TikTok, usually you're just famous on TikTok. When you were famous on Vine, you're famous on Vine. I was very popular on Periscope. Like it didn't cross over. Some people cross over, some do. But unlike YouTube, these are very small. Like you're big on Twitter. Like, I mean, there's some things that cross over. A lot of times they just stay in a little spot. So yeah, I was having success on TikTok from the very beginning, which I'm still shocked about. I don't know why people want to come to me. But I thought, this is TikTok. No one's gonna see it. I mean, just they'll see it, but like no one's gonna care. I have a lot of friends who are not even on TikTok. I'm like, they'll never see my videos. And when I did this video, it was just I was on the phone with my friend Flo, and I need to do something just to bring a little more attention, something different. I have these things that I do on TikTok, these series I have, but I wanted something to do that just was a little different. And I thought I'd come up with it to be kind of funny. Like I said, in the moment, it was just some silly, funny thing. But I thought it would get some views. Yeah, you want views. But I had no clue it would go viral. You just don't think you always hope when your videos goes viral, right? On some level, you just hope they go viral, but you just don't know. I mean, and a lot of times they don't. mean, I have so many videos on from the last year on TikTok. Only 3 have gone viral, and this one's gone the most viral. The other 2, one did 1,000,000 copies, like, and 1,000,000 copies, like I'm selling a record, did 1,000,000 views and whatever, but they were big just on TikTok. No one else saw them. No one else outside TikTok saw them. This is one where I'm getting phone calls, texts, DMs from cousins in Ohio, from my stepdad's granddaughter tells my mom, I saw James. You know, like it's like everybody has seen this video. I was on whatever, and somebody saw this video. I'm like, oh my God, Richard Kane. Hello, Richard Kane. It is this video has changed my life. Like it's changed my life. I'm the bread and refrigerator guy. And it wasn't even, and I don't, and I tell people I'm not proud of the video. I mean, it's like some proud, I mean, it wasn't even like it was a major thought. I mean, I create content. I create audio dramas. Richard Kane is in some audio dramas, actually, in the chat room. I write books. I create music. Some of my music has gone semi-viral on TikTok, and I was able to parlay that into outside TikTok. I had a couple songs last year. It's hot because it was really hot. Why Did It Be So Difficult? Those are 2 songs that did really well for me. Outside, I made them up for TikTok, and then they became popular outside TikTok. But I was proud of those. I actually wrote lyrics, put them together, got my keyboard out and drum machine, and I could put a song together. This was 8 seconds of silliness that I didn't put together. There was no thought process really. That's gone super viral. The whole world is seeing it. It's in the tens of millions now. And it's so bizarre because everything else I'm doing, I put out videos since then. It's like, so you're still the bread guy, or you got like a refrigerator. I mean, it's insane. It's completely insane. It's like, it's not what you think. You know, I know as a white female, I am offended. I hear all white people to me. It's racist to say. I'll get to that in a second. But no, but it's just this video has just gone so big that people I would never think to see it have seen it. And I have colleagues. I mean, again, I can stand by the video. The video is not anything majorly bad or nothing. But it's like it's not a proud. It's like my best works or anything. So I have colleagues who probably, I don't know what they think about it. Like, why is he doing that, or was that? I mean, like, it's so silly. It's so silly. So if you run across my video on some outlet, because who knows, at this point it's been shared, it's being shared everywhere. I don't know, you'll know, now you know a little bit behind the video. And if you're somebody who likes the video and comes to comment on it, I don't like the racial part of it in terms of what you think you could say. It just doesn't, it's not funny to me. And I will never, like I said, I will not like the videos or anything. So Cherie, I think it says Cherie. I have my glasses on. Throw over here. So I can't, so 'cause I'm old now. My birthday's Monday. I'll be 52. I'm old now. I take my glasses on for far away, but I gotta take them off for up close. So there's sometimes I'll be like this, trying to read something. Going, okay, what does that say over there? Because I don't think them off. I have a rope, so I don't lose my glass. You know, it's crazy. It's all crazy. It's all crazy. The Local Yoke, Manhattan Beach, California. Good food on Highland Boulevard, Highland Avenue. Endorse me sometime. Send me breakfast. They brings my birthday. But anyway, so she brings up a point about saying all white people. So generalizing people, of course, is never a great thing. And when I did my video, it was just for fun. I clearly know that when I went into saying, you know, you're black when, or, you know, I do videos that say, you know, you're old school when, you know, you're from the 80s. When I do a bunch of those kind of videos, that's something I started doing. People seem to like. You know, it's before COVID when. So that's what I do. It's a generalization on purpose for me on my end. For this is on my end. It's a generalization on purpose. It's meant for I always been called comedy. It's meant for a generalization. Again, with you, Sheree, I don't like generalizations at all either. I don't like generalizations or stereotypes. Yes, some stereotypes are there for a reason. But generalizations, I'm not a big fan of either. Making a big swath over a group of people or a gender or a sexual orientation, it's not good because we're not all the same. And that's the thing of my whole video. We're not all the same. That's what's so crazy. There are different kinds of black folks, different kinds of white folks, different kinds of Asian, different kinds of gay and straight, and I mean, it's such this is just we're all so different, and we have some commonalities within stuff. Sometimes it's um, sometimes my commonality is because I'm from the Midwest, or I'm from the East, or from Los Angeles. Sometimes you can say things like, well, in LA, those Los Angeles do. I mean, in some cases, it is kind of true. You know how New Yorkers are, and sometimes it is kind of true. I mean, but again, yes, you shouldn't officially just swath everybody into under one thing. Yes. But there are some things that are kind of true. But no, you should always say either some or a few. You even say many, but you should never say all, because it's true. Because so you say all, then there are people who are going to just show you that they're not. So I agree with that. You don't say them all is but I just know, and Sheree, I'm sorry, because I'm a man of color. Right now, white folks are going through it. They are right now, because all the different peoples of color, and genders, and women and trans. I mean, we're all trying to find our place at the table. I think it's what's happening now. For so long, we have felt. I need to see my language. We have felt that we didn't have a place at the table, or we only have a few seats there. It depends on what industry and area. Now it all depends. Again, you can't say all of U.S. You have to kind of say, okay, some parts of the country are much more liberal than others. Some parts of the country, it all depends, right? And time periods. I'm older. There's some people who are younger. They never had a problem. So I'm just saying that there are many who felt they need their place at the table. So sometimes in that, they will say all white people do this, or this is all white folks, and you have to kind of remember, no, it's not everybody. I have some great folks that are I'm not going to do the whole. Some of my best friends are white, or some of my relatives are white, which they are, but I'm not going to do that. I'm 33%. I'm 33% white. I did the DNA thing, and it's I'm like, oh, I look like this, and there you go, right? We're all mixed up on some level. But I know, and I don't believe in the Pain Olympics. I always call it. It's like everybody has their own traumas, pains, pasts, and from many different groups, it's bad. It was bad, no matter what group it is, no matter what it is, it's bad. So we need to, in my feeling, we need to eradicate all that and just kind of try to go forward to fix it. But I know that for some people, it is, like you said, like for being from Wisconsin, sometimes it's just the area. I know a lot of folks, they feel they really do identify from where they're from more so than race and anything else. It's like, well, I have people from Cleveland who would tell me, unless you're a Clevelander, you would understand certain things, right? If you're from Pittsburgh, it doesn't matter what race you are. It's if you're not from Pittsburgh, you won't understand certain things. You just won't get it, or you will get it. And I think that's a big part too. You can't discount that. Like I said, from LA, from New York, from Seattle, from San Francisco. I lived all over, and so I've noticed that. Richard K. I'm like, oh, I leave. So I'm Western Pennsylvania, so because I'm Pittsburgh. They got their problems. Trust me, I'm fine with Pittsburgh right now on some stuff. Um, hey, a black man gave you my name. I like give you your name. Sari Ledbetter. But it's there's some problems everywhere, right? There's no problem. There's stuff everywhere. But the thing is, it's a lot of times it is location is where people kind of connect mostly. Pittsburgh, that's funny. Yeah, Pittsburgh's changing. I mean, I'm fighting with them right now. Some stuff, some legal stuff right now. I'm fighting with them. But they are changing. Tech companies are going there. They're filming there. Billy Porter, who's from there, said he's going to be filming a movie there. There's a lot going on in Pittsburgh, actually. And Pittsburgh actually is a really beautiful city. The Three Rivers come there. And where I lived in Spring Garden, I had a view of downtown Pittsburgh. It was beautiful. I loved my house. I sold my house 2 years ago this weekend, because my birthday is when I was packing up. And it's a beautiful city. It's really beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful stuff and beautiful countryside and stuff. I couldn't stay there very long. I was done with Pittsburgh. I couldn't stay any longer. I had to go somewhere else. But I did have an affection for Pittsburgh for a long time. I did. It's very different than Philadelphia, which is on the other side of the state, very East Coast there. I come from New Yorkers, so that whole Eastern Seaboard, I know all that, and I know how that is. And I was in New York for a while too, and I know how they are in New York. And I say that with love because New York's my magic city, and I know folks. A lot of New Yorkers are the way that we think they are. My mother's New Yorker. I grew up with a New Yorker, so I know their demeanor, the way they talk, the way they act, everything. But then, of course, I'm a Californian. We eat avocados and and meditate and eat avocado toast or whatever. I mean, that's kind of that's what they think about us. I always say when I go back east or go to Midwestern, I'm like, I don't have an accent, do I? And they're like, um, I was like, yeah, I don't have an accent. I go, yes, you have an accent. I'm not going to say you have an accent. I don't have an accent. Californians don't have an accent. Not from Los Angeles at all. That's why I'm responding to text. But I'm like, I don't have an accent. I just sound like a California. We're just bland. Well, it's funny. Here's a little something for you. Most commercials on TV are based off of the Midwest, the way people in the Midwest talk. The cadence, the way they speak, how they say the words. A lot of commercials they're based on the Midwest, not the South, not the North, not the East. I guess our accents are too identifiable. I guess they feel like the ones in the Midwest is supposed to be just this regular thing. Yeah, my birthday's on Monday. I'm in my 50s. It's a weird thing because there are days when I don't feel like I'm older on some level. Like um, I don't feel an age. Like, I don't feel any age. I just feel like I'm just James. Like, I feel like whatever. And I look in the mirror and I'm like this. I look pretty decent. I mean, I got the gray stuff. I haven't shaved this morning. But I think I look pretty decent for 52. I mean, I don't know what that means, but I just feel like I'm hanging in there. I have friends my age who look old as F. Who look old. I drink lots of water. You know, I try to keep it smooth. I moisturize. But I come from good genes. I mean, on my mother's side especially, they all look pretty good. But I don't know what this means. I know what it means in a smaller sense that I'm in my 50s, like I'm in them. So my thought process, the way the world works, a lot of it's not for me anymore. They're not looking for me. I remember when I turned 50, and I remember I was like, oh my, because I work in television. I'm like, oh no, that demographic is 18 to 49. I'm not even in that demographic anymore. I'm 50. I had a good laugh over that. It's kind of like, no, I'm not even part of the demographic anymore. It's like literally I've aged out of it, of the advertising demographic. So it's kind of funny. I look at things. I see, there's some things you have to go through after your 50s. You got to take certain pills and things, colonoscopies like that. But it's just kind of like, oh, and just in life, music, TV, a lot of it isn't geared towards me anymore. It's like it's not good. Well, I have to realize that a lot of this music's not for me anymore. A lot of these movies are not for me anymore. I'm in this age bracket now that I sound like my parents. Back when they had good music, back when and so when I go on something like TikTok, we relay back to TikTok, where I was told I was too old to be on there. I was literally told that, what are you doing on TikTok? You're too old to be on there. And I'm like, well, I'm going to try it and bend it to my will. I'm a person, anybody who knows me, I do what the F I want. I've always been this way. I do things the way I want. That's just how it is. So when I decided to do TikTok, I said, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do the dances. I'm not a savage. It's classic. I ain't doing that stuff. I'll do the challenges, none of that stuff. So what I do is I started out having 3 series. And I said, I'm going to post every day, one of each. And I'm going to bend it to my will, kind of. And I said, okay, my first video was some silly, like, how do you do this? I'm old. I kind of addressed it at first saying, I'm old. What am I doing? That video got like 100 views. Like, oh, okay, 100 views. Then I started doing so I actually have it. over here. I can show you guys. This is a little behind the scenes of what James Lott Jr. does. This is how organized I am. So I have this little thing here. I had my 3 series, a lot to think about. How to get super organized in under a minute. And, oops, don't fall on me. Over there. I have one more, kids. One more. And a lot of spoken words. These lists are every single post I've done in the series. So a lot of spoken words. I've done 84 episodes and in a year. And I have every single spoken word piece I've written because I'm James Lott Jr. and I think of opportunity, I'm gonna put it into a book. So I have poetry. I have 2 poetry books out. So one's called February 31st. The other one's where. So I thought at some point I'm gonna stop and then put them all into a book. Same with how you should organize under a minute. I give tips on how to get organized under a minute. I have every single one here. And I've done, let's see, how many have I done? This is like I'm such a nerd. I've done 85 of them. I gotta do a new one. Then I was thinking about my life coaching series. And so I have everything that I talk about there. And I've done, how many of these? 84. Oh, how weird. 84. So I've done about 84, 85 episodes each of these shows. Go over there. Got my spot for you. Now I'll put you right there. I'll put you on the floor over here. But that's what I do. I started doing that first. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure that I do this, just keep doing that, stay in my own lane, just keep doing it and see what happens. What happened? People started following it. I know part of it was my voice, so they started liking my voice. Then I found interesting topics and I started hashtagging. You know what hashtagging is? That's when you put a word with the little the little number sign symbol. And when people search it or look for that, it comes up. And I noticed in the rotation at TikTok, I found the strongest ones, the most views, and went there. But they were related to my shows. So my shows grew organically like that. That's how they grew. And I started doing those. Then occasionally I sprinkle in a funny something. There wasn't really any of those. And that's how I started. I basically just told you how I started my TikTok. And I started my TikTok in January of last year, 2020. And I've been on it for over a year and a half. And I'm at, what am I at? I am at, I am at, my mother just told me something so funny. Did you know that bat babies, bats, bat babies are called pups? I didn't know that actually. A little tip for you. On TikTok, I'm at, I'm at 20,000 followers. I know, so crazy. And over 500,000 likes. And in terms of views, let's see. I think I'm at 4 million or 5 million. It's crazy. It's crazy. So there is so many, yeah. Yeah, I got stuck in looking at TikTok. Look at TikTok, get stuck in there. So to tell you, I'm a 52-year-old man who doesn't do any of the dances, doesn't do any of the challenges. I am at almost 1 million likes. I'm over 4 million views. I mean, it's crazy. That's over just in a year. And I have friends who are younger than I am trying to figure it out. And I really can't tell you. I mean, I can't tell you. I just told you how I started and what my strategy was. But everybody's different, of course. Again, going to Cherie's thing, everybody just can't do the same thing. You could try what I do and see what works for you, maybe. Maybe substitute the 3 things I'm doing, pick 3 things yourself. I'm noticing the ones that are, I will notice the ones that are popular have a gimmick, have some shtick. They kind of do a thing And you're like, oh, okay, it's their thing. So maybe that's the key, is to have a thing. I follow families on there, and each family has their family dynamic. It's very different than the other. And some I understand, some I don't, but they have millions of followers and views. So I guess that's the thing. If you have a certain shtick, that will work for you also. I don't know. But this all goes back to my original thing, which as I wrap this up, I just want to come on for a little bit. I have a long day. I got all kinds of stuff to do today. Um, I don't endorse racism of any kind. I don't even care if you think it's being funny. I just don't. And that's the end of that, I guess. That's the meaning of this. Thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for Richard coming in, and Cherie, and others coming in and commenting. Hit that like button. You hear if you like this. If you don't like it, then don't hit it, I guess. I don't know. But it's a lot of help, which is my website, a lot of help.com. I'm a certified life coach. I can coach you from afar, online, however you want. Also have my JLJ Media, which is my online network, audio and video. Wherever you find it, like, subscribe, comment, follow. A lot of helps everywhere. Like, subscribe, comment, follow. Pass it along. I want everybody to have a good day today. I do. I want everybody, it's Friday. Let's have a good Friday. I'll talk to you later.